Alright, fuck. Time now is 1:30 p.m. on March 3rd. I'm just instinctively flipping the bird now. Slept from 4:30 to 1 p.m. Um, yeah, so late last night I was in an AC war again. I don't know who the hell is doing it, but somebody's turning on the heater to 73 degrees. I went outside and turned it off. Somebody turned it on again, and I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna be the guy who's not. I'm gonna be a nice guy. I'm gonna negotiate. So I'm gonna let the heater on, but put it at 69. Okay, that's my negotiation, and it still didn't work. The person then changed the heater to 71. So I went outside to check, and I was gonna like turn it back to 69, but I'm like, you know what, screw it. This is like bargaining, right? Finding a middle point. You know how when I was living with Ashley and Rachel, we were bargaining like, okay, they want to put the heater, or they want to put the AC up to 70 something, and I wanted to put it to 70, so we ended up like deciding on 72. Like we bargained, we found a consensus, which is fucking great. So I'm like 71, so fine, 71 it is, and I just went to bed, and it worked. 71 is fine. It's a little hot. I can feel the heat, but it worked. Okay, 7 p.m. I woke up. Why? Because it's too fucking hot. I'm sweating. It's inferno. Went outside. Turns out the heater is now back at 75 or something. So I fucking turned it off. I either turned it off or went back to 69. Which would feel like an AC rather than a heater. And now the heater is on again, but yeah, that fucking sucked. I really don't want that to ever happen again. Um, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna try to sleep earlier tonight, but these 2 days of full sleep is fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. Again, I had a lot of dreams, but none of them are memorable. Um, yeah, that's basically it. So, I today I don't think I'm ever gonna go outside again. I'm gonna stay at home. Yesterday was not productive at all, so today hopefully I am productive as fuck. Not only do I have videos to film, movies to watch, but also I want to just do more things like reading, writing, working out. I want to work out more, so I'm gonna do that, and that's pretty much it. Um, the TA for my Wednesday film class responded to my email this morning on what to do for paper two, so that's good because I need to start working on it. Um, and then yeah, I don't know. How about send me some BTS videos from the shoot, from the Objects in the Mirror, so that's cool. Um, I should start working on my video essay for my channel, my YouTube channel. I think the only way for me to monetize my channel is to make very high quality essays, but I don't have the motivation to do that. Because it seems like such a huge task. Um, but yeah. Also, the Criterions are arriving on March 4th, aka tomorrow, so I'm excited. I went to USPS to leave a note saying the gate code is blah 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 blah, but I don't know if it's going through. The person who sold me the Attack on Titan limited editions apologized to me, saying, "Oh, I forgot to tell my wife, who was packing the shipment, to add your gate code. But don't worry, just go to USPS.com and just do this and that." And I'm like, okay. So, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully the package doesn't just like disappear. Hopefully I'm here when it happens. I fucking hate it. Like this building is like you either enter the gate code or you fuck off. Like, there's no way you can, just place it outside. And then even after entering the gate code, you still risk a chance of having your shit stolen. So either way, it's like, whoa, like, what do you want to do? What do you want from me? But I'm definitely excited for the Criterions. And I think that's it for today. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. Yes. Alright, it's 8:29 p.m. I'm gonna be quick. New acne here. Fantastic. I love being ugly. I'm just thinking about how, like, maybe 5 years ago, if I have acne, I would try to, like, cover it up and be like, hi guys, I'm, fine. But now I'm just like, yeah, I'm ugly. Leave me alone. No. So today, nothing happened, just like yesterday. Really chill, which is nice. And I'm on track to be productive. I think I'll be more productive than yesterday. I finished the documentary that is 20 Days in Mariupol. I feel sick after watching it, a little bit perhaps. I filmed a couple videos. I edited. I spent like 2.5 hours editing my Oscars predictions video. But the highlight of the day is really the AC war. So it's fucking insane. Starting from around maybe 3 p.m., it suddenly feels very cold. And I stick my hand out and to feel the AC air coming from the vent. And it's really fucking cold. Like, what's going on? So I went outside and checked the AC. Somebody turned it to 50. 50 fucking Fahrenheit. That's 10 degrees Celsius. That's even colder than outside. What the fuck? Who is doing this? So I turned it off, came back in the room. Maybe about 20 minutes later, it's at 50 again. And I immediately went outside and turned it off. And then it does it again. And it does it again and again and again. Maybe 7 times, maybe 8 times. Up until around 5:30 when I was watching the documentary. I had to constantly stop the documentary to go out to just turn off the AC. I even tried to negotiate. Okay, I get it. You're hot. You feel hot. Like, what if we find a middle point? Or like, I turn the heater on and turn it to 70 in the hopes that it's going to trick whoever turned it to 50, And then, at some point after the documentary, I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. So my theory is that Vanessa's boyfriend is doing this. I'm going to start calling him John because he looks like John Cho. John is fucking doing this out of spite. And the reason why I'm saying this is because one time I saw John, he was like doing some QR code thing beside the AC. And I don't know you could do that. So maybe he somehow gained remote access control to the AC, and he knows that I'm in this room right now, and he's trying to keep turning it to 50 just out of spite. He wants to freeze me to death. It's like vengeance, like AC vengeance. Like last night, I tried to turn off the heater because I'm sweating heat, and he keeps turning it back on. So he went outside. He's outside of the apartment now, or maybe he's inside and he's in hiding. I don't know. He just keeps turning into 50 just out of spite. I think he's outside, because if he does it to 50 to freeze me to death, he would be frozen to death as well, because, we're in the same apartment here. So what I did is I went to YouTube and I started doing research on how to work this AC system. Hey man, I know you're Asian and stuff. I'm Asian too. And you seem Asian American. I'm really Asian, so I'm fucking smarter than you, okay? By default. So go home and take a nap. So I went to YouTube and I started learning like how to, work this AC. And I learned that you apparently can download an app and control the AC remotely. So I reset the entire fucking thing. I disconnected it to his app, because it says, "Oh, connection. It's already connected." And part of me was like, "Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna see if there's a way where I and him can also have control of the AC, so that at least we can, there's space of dialogue." But I don't know how to do that. So I reset the whole thing. Now it's disconnected to his phone, and now it's connected to my phone. I have the app on my phone right now, and I can control the AC wherever I want. Which means that if, God forbid, 5 a.m. in the morning, they turn the heater on to 100 degrees and try to boil me alive, well, guess what? I have my phone now. Now, it's not guaranteed that, maybe tonight he's going to come home, he's going to see that it's disconnected, and he's going to reset the whole thing and connect it to his phone again. Then I guess, let's go there then. Let's fucking go there. If he does that, then I'll reset the AC. We'll reset it constantly, okay? Let's fucking do that. And if that doesn't work out, I'll grab a chair or a sharp object and I'll fucking break the AC. Like, let's just fucking go there. You're clearly older than me. Why are you acting like a child? Using temperature to fight me out of spite. I don't know. But you're a fucking child, okay? Or maybe I'm paranoid. Maybe the AC is broken and I'm just going insane. Either way, I have the app on my phone now. I have the upper hand. End of story. So, yeah, I'm gonna go make dinner now. Alright. Okie dokie, time now is 10:37 p.m. I finished dinner, which is carne asada, beef bits, green beans, potatoes, lots of potatoes. I am full as a fleck. But I'm gonna finish off tonight with some yogurt and a banana. But yeah, one tiny update I have is I was looking at Instagram and I saw North's, Instagram story. So I clicked on it, checked it out. Ball sacks. Ball sacks. Leslie's in it. Or actually, no. I saw Leslie's Instagram story first. I still follow her, which sucks, but I don't really have any, feelings for her. But in Leslie's Instagram, she, said something like, "Oh, it's a North hole because North filled the hole." And she tagged North. And I'm like, that's a familiar tag. That's North, isn't it? North, the girl in USC, who's in CTCS 300 with me, who I'll literally see tomorrow, by the way. What? So I saw North's Instagram story, and, she reposted Leslie's story. What the fuck? And also in Leslie's Instagram story, I saw North, the actual person, in her story. This is my reaction, okay? This is my reaction. Fuck you. Fuck you, okay? Leslie has invaded USC. I thought I'd be safe. I'm neighborhoods away from Santa Monica. I don't get to see her sorry ass. I don't get to see her pussy anymore, okay? I mean, I haven't seen it. Benny has, however. God, I hate her. But yeah, I thought I'd be safe, but no. She's invading USC. But you know what? It's okay, because USC is humongous. I don't need to, be with that gang in order to run into Leslie. And also, At the end of the day, Leslie's still in Santa Monica. If anything, Leslie will be stuck there again. So I'm still safe. I'm still safe. But goddamn, if I see her in person at any time soon in the future, I won't run. I'm not doing that anymore. I'll just do a 180-degree turn, walk the other way. I don't care if I miss a bus. I don't care if I'll miss a train. I don't care if I'm missing an appointment. I don't care if that's the opposite direction of where I'm going. I'm walking backwards, okay? Because I don't need to see her sorry face anymore. I don't need to see her face anymore. She doesn't need to be on my mind anymore, okay? I was good. I was good for the last few days. I don't think I ever thought about her in the last few days. When you stop seeing someone, they go out of your mind. Out of sight, out of mind. It works. Fuck you for showing up in USC. Fuck you. It's fine. I'll work on film sets. I'll find new friends. I'll work on film sets. I'll infiltrate it my way. You'll infiltrate it your way. But I have an advantage because I'm literally a student here. You're not. Fuck off, okay? And yeah, that's it. I'm very happy that I have the control of the AC now. At some point while cooking dinner, Yiham, Chinese guy from room number 1, came out of his room asking me if he can turn off the AC for a bit. And I'm like, sure, of course. See? How simple is that? Communication. If only John, quote unquote John, would understand communication. Yeah. But yeah, fuck Leslie. I hope I don't see her ever again. God damn. Spicing up my life in USC. Huh. This is the issue, is like, the thing with Mary is, I and Mary didn't like leave off in sour terms because I never spoke to her anyways, not a lot. Second of all, I'm not even in Hong Kong. There's no way Mary would come to LA. If she does, you know what? If Mary comes to LA and I'm held at gunpoint to either see Mary or see Leslie, I'll say Mary 1,000,000 times more. Leslie is like a devil. Mary's still a very nice, angelic girl, even though she has a boyfriend, and her boyfriend may beat me up. But, yeah. I don't know. Or I'll find someone else in USC. Because fuck Leslie. Fuck her. Alright, time now is 11:25 a.m. on March 4th. Yeah, so I'm freezing cold, but it's fine because I have the AC app. So, I slept from 4:30 to, 11, but I didn't immediately go to sleep, so it's probably 5 to 11. It's a terrible decision to eat the mango yogurt and the banana last night right before bed because that shit is like 370 calories in total. And eating 370 calories before bed means you have 370 calories of heat to be released after you digest them, which means that, you won't be able to sleep. So that's what happened. But, it's fine. I'll sleep early tonight. I promise. 3:30. 3:30 is the goal. Of course, 3 a.m. would be sweet. Yeah, so, honestly, I feel a little good today, knowing that I don't need to do anything for class. Like, there's no midterm or assignment or whatever. Unless there is, then I'm just gonna die, I guess. The only two things I have to care about is the art history midterms and the Wednesday film class paper. I did the outline last night. I haven't started typing it. I'm still confused on what I should do. But I'm trying my best. I'm doing Kubrick, so at least that one's gonna be fun. If I write this essay the right way, It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna make it the best fucking essay of all time, okay? So watch out. My criterions will arrive tonight, so that's great. Acne's still going, but it's okay. A few days later, it's gonna be gone. But yeah, criterions are arriving tonight, which is very exciting. I'm also going to go to Ralph's tonight. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Ouch. Nothing else. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's all there is to say. I look forward to spring break, where I can sleep, rest, and do whatever I want. I spoke with Glenn a little bit yesterday, actually, and Glenn said he plans to go to Cancun, but it's too expensive. And I was like, Cancun, Mexico? And I told him I want to go to New York, and he's like, well, New York is even more expensive than Cancun. And I'm like, oh, really? But yeah, I look forward to spring break, no matter what happens in spring break. Last spring break, I low-key, I hoped, in a parallel universe, I and Leslie would be dating and doing whatever during spring break. But this year, I don't really care anymore. I just want to have a break. So, yeah. Hopefully I don't stuff food into my mouth and rush out today. What is this? What is this? Oh my god, what is this? Let me cut it open. I'm just gonna forcefully rip it open. Ah. There we go. Oh. Oh, there's more. Oh. Shit. Okay, there's one. There's two. There's three. And there's four. Come on. Okay. Oof. Alright, I am. I'm going to have a field day with this one. Alright, so time now is 10:39 p.m. on um 10:39 p.m. Yeah, so today is another day, another Monday, another day in the life of a USC student. My hair is so terrible. It's like this wave and this stops. It's just like, come on, bro. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, let's make it ugly. Let's make my hair ugly. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's make it messy. Yeah, whoa, love it. So, okay. Okay. So, yeah, yet another day, yet another Monday. Woke up, went to school, almost late, but it's okay. I caught the 120 bus, um, and I was able to finish what I want to finish today, which is great. Um, then I was texting Rachel because I asked Rachel, "What are your plans for spring break?" And she's like, "I don't know, haven't thought of anything." And I was texting her, and then because I had like half an hour to spare, I went to SCA, I went to a couch and sat down. And then I saw a girl, and I'm like, wait, isn't that Rachel? So I sat down and I looked at her. It is her. So I'm like, hey. And she's like, oh, hey. So we talked for half an hour before class, which is really nice. I should go to my Monday classes early so that I can randomly run into Rachel so that I can talk to her. But yeah, it's nice talking to her. Um, she was talking about, oh my god, this is so bad. I look like this is a perfect archway, and then this like mushroom. Um, ooh, emo. I'm loving it. Okay. So, yeah, I spoke with Rachel a little bit, and we essentially just talked about like what to write for the Wednesday film class paper, which is due 2 days later. She hadn't done any research at all. She hadn't looked at the prompt. But we worked it out together, and I told her, hey, you. She asked me if she can write about Taxi Driver, and I'm like, yeah, it's released in the '70s, so yeah. And she's like, oh my god, great, I feel enlightened now. And she also asked me like what to do about her social life, which is like, I feel like Rachel has more social life than me in USC. Like, if anyone, you should be telling me what to do, not the other way around. But I told her I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna join more clubs and see what happens, I guess. So I think there will be an Oscars watch party for the APCA. So I'm gonna do something about that. Um, I also want to join more APCA meetings, simply because I want to convince them enough so that next year I can be in the leadership team or something. So there's that. And then Rachel told me something interesting, and that is she wants to make a documentary about international students and their interesting stories. And I'm like, is it for a class? And she's like, no, it's for me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess I don't know why I always like underestimate people sometimes. I see people and then like, okay, there's no way in hell they're like, into filmmaking. But she is into filmmaking, but I am even more so because apparently she does TikToks for China. And I asked her because she said, oh, I have a lav. And I'm like, why do you have a lav? That's crazy. Usually people don't own lavs. And she's like, oh, yeah, because I film TikToks for China. And she uses a little red book as well, which is, I mean, it's fine, but I'm not going to touch that shit, okay? Because that shit is stinky. That shit is stinking with CCP, it's stinking with fascism, it's stinking with communism. I'm not going to touch it. But I can help her with the documentary if she wants, And she said she doesn't have any lights, she doesn't know, like, camera people, like, she just want to shoot something, but she's been putting it off for a year. And I'm like, okay, I mean, there are short film projects I have that I've been putting off for years. But yeah, sure. So I got to my class. We watched Rear Window. I had a stomach ache. I think it's from the tomato soup yesterday. The tomato soup that I wanted to drink yesterday was thick and it tastes sour. And I immediately went to Google and searched how to tell if tomato soup turns bad. Usually it's the color changes or it gets lumpy. But the color didn't change. It's still red. Yet it just tastes kind of sour. And at the end I didn't drink it. I drank a little bit, but I'm just like, screw it. So I just threw it all away. Same with the chicken pot pie today. The cream to the chicken pot pie, it turns sour also. So I ate the chicken filling and like the pie crust, but like the rest I just like put it in the plastic bag. It sucks that so much food is turning sour and turning expired and rotting. Like cooking as one person, as a college student, is really tricky. Unlike my help, who would go down to the market every single freaking day to get fresh food. I don't. I buy food once every 3 to 4 days, and that's already really like a lot. Anyways, we watched Rear Window. I really enjoyed it. And then afterwards I left. I spoke with Ryan a little bit. I think Ryan and I are a little closer now. Like I sat right in front of him and I asked him like how much did you do for your essay, and he's like, yeah, I'm like a paragraph in, and I'm like, me too. And then he asked me what classes am I gonna take next semester, like in fall. So the fall schedule is released, and there is an intro to religion class. Hell yes, there is an intro to art direction class. Hell freaking yes. But the issue is I can only register on April 4th, which is a farce. It's terrible, which means that I may not be able to get in some of the classes I want to get in. So that is a huge issue. So I don't know if anything will resolve it. I have a feeling that it's set. I have some holds. Like there's this sexual assault and alcoholism online courses that I have to finish before registering those classes. But yeah, it's April 4th, my registration date, 9 a.m. So I need to make goddamn well sure that at 9 a.m. I register for those classes. Yeah. But yeah, after the class, I didn't speak up at all. But seeing North is weird. Like, North have seen Leslie. So, once again, we're only one person away. And I know people like Cliff and Justin, they are very close with Leslie. But it's like, it's them. So I trust them. Yet, I'm not used to the idea of Leslie infiltrating USC. So, I don't know. It's just like, in the next life, I and Leslie will be sworn enemies. If there is a next life. Anyways, after class, I walked to Ralph's, bought a bunch of food, came home via free Lyft. There's I believe, a Scandinavian dude in front of me. But yeah, came back home, walked back home, put down my bags. I was really afraid that people would steal my Wii order. So I ordered Wii like last night. And it's gonna come today and tonight. This morning, I wanted to add a delivery instruction. Hey, please deliver after 7 p.m. But then, by doing that, it thinks I want to cancel it and is beginning to ask for a refund. But that's not what I want. So I canceled it. I canceled my request/instruction. So the Wii order still went. And suddenly, I received a notification saying, oh, your Wii has arrived at 6:20 something p.m. Bro, at that point I was still in Ralph's. So I raced back home essentially before the thief steals my shit. But thank God the Lyft showed up really fast. The Lyft driver drove really freaking fast, high speed. And I walked home and everything's still there. Yippee-ki-yay. And it was right in front of the door, meaning that there was a biker in front of me when we went back into this building, and the biker was literally like, not trample, but like he kicked over by accident some of the boxes. So at around 6:50ish, I made it back. Another thing, another delivery is the Criterions, which is even more interesting, more important to me. So I keep refreshing the USPS page to see when will the Criterions arrive, but in the meantime, I need to go to the bathroom and take a shower. So I went to the bathroom and I took a shower. Halfway through the shower, I'm enjoying myself. It's hot water. It's nice. Halfway through the shower, it just gradually fades to coldness. And I'm like, oh my god, don't tell me this is what I think it is. The hot water is dead again for the third fucking time. So when it happened twice, I was already like, okay, that's bad. But, usually bad things happen twice. I am confident that in the future it probably will never happen again. But no, it just happened again. Last time it happened, it was 1 month ago. It was February 9th. And then before that, it was December 29th. So, yeah, fuck. So, hot water's completely out. My shower, no hot water. My sink, no hot water. The kitchen, no hot water. Fucked gone. And I had soap all over me. So I did what I could only do. I walked straight into cold water and I screamed, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then there's still some soap on me after that point, but I'm like, fuck it. I can't handle it anymore. And then my head was still dry. My original plan is I'm gonna also shower my head and my face and everything. So I'm like, fine. So I instead went to the sink and splashed water on my face and my hair. That's what I'm gonna do. It takes less time. And when I turned on the sink, there's still some hot water, some residual hot water. So I used that hot water to splash my face and did my hair, and then it turned cold again. So I did the rest of my hair and everything, and I wiped everything down. So thank God I at least was able to clean my body halfway through. But fuck me. So the first thing I did after getting out of shower, I filed the maintenance request. Hot water is out for the third fucking time. And I called TripleLink. And I called emergency, and they're like, oh, unless it's a fire or a flood, we won't do anything. And I'm like, okay. So I called them again. This time I called the property management side of TripleLink. They didn't answer. I called them 4 times. They're just like, oh, I'm sorry, we missed your call. Please call back at business hours. Either that or, oh, the property manager is now swarmed with calls. Please call back when you're convenient. Or sometimes they straight up just not pick up. But it's so fucking stupid. So they don't want to solve the issue. Hot water is not important. Our residents, our tenants, they can fucking freeze to death. It's fine. Blood is not on my hands, okay? Blood is on their hands because they're stupid for not generating heat using magic or something. So anyways, fuck it. Fine. So I guess I'm using the bucket method tonight. Fuck, I'm so scared. This is one of the biggest reasons why living here sucks. There are so many great things about living in this apartment. It's cheap, there's AC, blah, 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 blah. But the biggest thumbs down is that at any given moment, the hot water will just disappear. And it's random. And I don't know why. I don't fucking know why. So yeah, I guess tonight I'll just use the bucket method. I'm gonna boil hot water using the electric kettle, and I'm gonna pour them into a plastic bucket, and I'm gonna pour that bucket over my head. Just a traditional way of showering. Yeah, that's it. In the meantime, I finally got a message from USPS saying at around 7:20. Around 7:30 p.m., my Criterions have arrived. Holy balls, I gotta go out real soon. So after the phone calls have failed at 8 p.m., I went out and yippee-ki-yay, I have found my Criterions. And here they are, and goddamn, they are beautiful. I feel a little bad because this is money right here. This is money. There's $87 sitting there. But yeah, I'm gonna do an unboxing video. My voice is very crisp again because I've shouted in the shower again. I should do this more often, even though this is like unhealthy for my vocal cords. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I think Vanessa and her boyfriend is not living here now. It's kind of elusive. They're either here and they're not making any noise, they're not having sex, great, or they're just not here. But they're not here right now. So I have control of the AC, everything's cool. You know, everything's cool. This is a lesson in ruling. You can be a ruler and you fuck with your tools. You fuck with your people. Or you can be a ruler and be benevolent and not fuck with your people, like me. I have the control of the AC, and I allow people to change the AC if they want to. John, over there, takes control of the AC and uses it to freeze me to death, because death is funny to him or something. Yeah, I also called Retablos. That happened. Yeah, Namchals, the dinner was rice, chicken thighs with barbecue sauce. The rest of the choice, all gone. And then I have, yeah, some egg and onions because I thought that wasn't enough. It's a pretty big meal. It's a little weird because it's chicken thighs with rice, which is a bit of a strange combo wombo, but you know what? If it's edible, I'll eat it. And, yeah. Yeah, I am ready to face the rest of the week. I'm ready to face the rest of the week, and I'm ready to plow on. And if the hot water is not working tomorrow morning, I'll fucking kill somebody, okay? I can still use the hot water method, like the electric kettle method. That's one plan B I have. I have no other plan Bs, but yeah, the hot water method. Okay, hopefully this doesn't melt the plastic. This is what I'm gonna be showering with tonight. Thank God I own a bucket. Alright, come on. Time now is 9:45, actually 9:48 a.m. on March 5th. Slept from 4:45 to 9:45. That's 5 hours. It's actually not that bad. Yeah, I slept at 4:45. Kill me. So I think I was a little carried away by the Criterions last night. B, it took me a while to take a shower last night because there's no hot water. So what I did was I had the electric kettle and I just boiled water in my electric kettle 3 times. I filled it full and I boiled it 3 times. Each time took maybe 3 minutes-ish. And then I poured it into a giant plastic bucket. And then afterwards I just turned on the shower and I let the shower water go into the bucket. And it's about a 1-to-1 ratio with hot water from the kettle and shower water. And then I mix it up, and once it's the right temperature, I grabbed my cup, which I use to brush my teeth all the time, and use it to pour water onto myself. Honestly, it's not that bad. In concept, it didn't feel clean, but actually it does. Like it's fine. It's an okay method of taking a shower. Yeah, next time hot water runs out again for the umpteenth time in this apartment, I'm gonna do that again. But yeah, it's very time consuming. Yeah. So yeah, I went to bed at 4:45, which is terrible on a Monday because Tuesday morning I have to wake up at 7:45 usually. But today is a bit of an exception because today um I need to go to a Zoom meeting instead of going to class in person, and it's actually one-on-one between the professor and me. So everyone has different time slots. So of course I chose the last one, the latest one, which is 10:30 a.m. So right now I actually have a little bit of time to just chill out. Um, yeah. And then after the one-on-one Zoom meeting with the professor, I'm gonna go to school physically to art history. Last night, um, I don't know, at around 1:30 a.m. I started to do things, and I realized it's already really late. I only typed one more paragraph in my Wednesday film class paper. I barely studied for art history class, which is a bit concerning, considering that midterms is 2 days later. But the thing is, there's no study guide. Like, I don't know if it's similar to a quiz or if it's not. So, I genuinely don't know. Um, and then there's also homework for the world building class, but it's okay because it's, you know, it's not mattering that much. There's no due date for this. Really, not really. It's soft due date, you know. Um, yeah. And then for expats, I had to watch it in 1.25 times speed because it's boring as fuck. B, I'm wasting like 7 hours just to watch this. So yeah. So yeah, that's it for today. Um, Bill Hader and Henry Winkler is coming to USC tonight. That's great and all. I can't go. I need to finish my fucking essay, okay? Okay. And study for art history. So, I'm sorry, but I can't go. But tomorrow night, John L. has organized another screening of Anywhere the Wind Blows, his short film. And I want to go, but that will clash with my film, my CTCS 300 discussion. So what I kind of want to do is just not go to the discussion and go to the Anywhere the Wind Blows screening instead. Which is convenient because it's going to happen in the same building anyways at SCA. But Anywhere the Wind Blows happens in a theater, and the discussion happens in room 316. Yeah. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh Glee, oh Glee. Time now is 8:25 p.m. Haven't had dinner yet. I'm just gonna wrap it up today, just early, because why not? Went to school today. I'm actually happy that even though I slept extremely late last night at 4:45, I still had 5 hours of sleep, which means that this morning I don't feel as bad as I would if I had 4 hours of sleep. And I even had a little time to, get the cookies, sit down and eat and drink my chocolate milk, and then attend the Zoom meeting with my world building class professor. The Zoom meeting was fine. It lasted about 20 minutes. We talked about my world building project, and she was like, "Yeah, I can tell you did a lot of research. Just do this and that." And I'm like, "Okay, have a nice spring break. You too." Great. So afterwards, I have a little more time to chill. Um, and instead of writing my film essay that I had to submit tomorrow, I didn't do anything because I was tired mentally. And suddenly on my phone, I received a message saying package delivered. And I'm like, what? No way. So Attack on Titan final seasons part 1 and part 2 Blu-ray have just been delivered at around 11 p.m. And so at around 11:40 something, I went outside and I grabbed it, and holy shit, it's here, it's there, it's beautiful, it's actually brand new. Aside from a box, which is crushed, this looks really clean and way better than the season 1 box set that I have. So wow, last night I got the Criterions, this morning I have the Attack on Titans. This is crazy. I'm done with buying Blu-rays in March. Maybe I'll get ReZero. Who knows? But I'm done with this one. So that's basically it. And yeah, afterwards I changed and immediately left for art history class. I went there, I arrived, I was the earliest person. I sat down and I spoke up maybe 3 times, and then I walked away. I left. That's it. Zilch. Nada. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a boring class today. It's basically just a review because a couple days later it'll be the midterms. So it's just like a review, like a study session, but it's just us listening to the professor talking, and that's it. That's it. So, came back home, chilled, had dinner, had the soup noodles with a Heidi Lau seafood soup base, which is very overrated. It's just salt water basically. It tastes like MSG water. But I'll eat what I get. At the end of the day, it's a damn good bowl of noodles. Like, as far as noodles go, like this is the best I could do, really, pretty much. Not counting the tomato soup noodles, which I love, that I made about a month ago. And then for the next 5 hours or so, I don't know what the fuck happened to me, or for the next 4 hours or so. I don't know what happened to me, but I'm so mentally tired today. I'm just not in the mood to write essays or study or anything. I'm just not in the mood at all. I don't know why, I don't know what's wrong with me, and that's bad because my essay is due tomorrow. I think I'll be late again. But, yeah. Fuck. Oh, and then I have religion class. I need to read the readings. Oh my god. Yeah, so I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. I spent a lot of time editing my Criterion video, and then to do that, I went through my phone because I was like, oh, what if I find a video of myself in 2019 watching Parasite? I swear to God, I usually film everything in my life, so I probably filmed something, and I did, but it's like nothing significant. But because of that, I started going through my phone, went through some old photos and videos, and I'm like, wow, I have photos and videos of literally everything. The Chinese notebook that I lost after the DSEs, I have photos of pages of it. I remember when I said goodbye to Natalie back in December of 2021, I was like, man, I wish I would have secretly filmed her. I know it's immoral, but at least secretly take a photo of her or something. Turns out I have like a ton. I have secret photos of like everyone. And the glass cup that my dad broke, a few months ago, my favorite glass cup that I've been using for years, I have many photos of it. I have photos and videos of the protests. I have photos and videos from literally every trip I've been to South Korea, to Philippines, to Europe. And it's ridiculous how much is in my phone right now, and how even more so there's stuff in this hard drive. So my phone, this hard drive, literally has everything. I think I also forgot to mention that a couple of nights ago, I finally transferred everything, my Signal and my Telegram to my new phone. Honestly, it's pretty simple. It's not that complicated. Telegram is stuck with your phone number, so if you register your phone number on the new phone, boom, you get all the messages, which is pretty crazy. Um, and then Signal is a little bit more complicated. You need to put two phones side by side, and I had to update the Signal app on both phones so that they can both sort of like react at the same time. So they can both like connect to each other via Wi-Fi. It's weird. Last night I also filed the police report, and this morning they got back to me saying trickery cannot be solved online. You need to go to a police station in person to solve this. Honestly, I probably won't. I lost $130 to this motherfucker, and so be it. I know I'm mad, but even if the police caught the guy, I don't think I'll ever be given the $130 back. I think the cops here are probably useless. I have no faith in cops anyways. So, yeah, there's that. The web registration for the classes for USC. My registration date is April 4th, which is fucked up because that's a whole ass week after the registration begins for undergrad, and 9 days after grad students can start taking classes, which is a huge problemo if you ask me. So I'm going to talk to the academic advisor about this, but chances are I probably won't be able to change it because USC just hates me. You know what else USC did? Apparently they raised tuition by 5%. What the fuck? I'm already struggling this year, and they're making it worse every single year. Apparently they've already raised $15K since 4 fucking years ago. $15K. That's insane. And the transportation fee just went from $91 to $440 something, which is wild. I might as well just load a tap card and use a tap card instead. It's so fucking insane. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with USC. So I'm thinking about dropping out, and I know that's like the most insane idea ever, but if it keeps getting worse, if it's above 100K, I'm probably fucking dropping out because I can't take it anymore. I can't take it. I'm dropping out, and then I can, like, I don't know, go to Long Beach or something, where the tuition is $6,000 per month, per year. You know, $6,000. Even if it's $6,000 per semester, it's still great. So I really don't know what to do. I'm gonna try my very fucking best with the scholarships. I even wrote like, oh, my family gives me 90K per year. My family makes 100K per year. They give me 90K. So my worth right now is 90% of my entire family's income. That's the narrative. My family probably makes a little bit more than that, and they probably give me a little bit less than that. I don't know, but the narrative is now I'm consuming the 90K. I can go to USC and live in USA, but in the expense of all my family members suffering. Now the tuition per year is 95K, so I straight up cannot afford anything. I hope the financial aid people see this and immediately give me money. Otherwise, I'll be mad. But the thing is, even so, I have zero trust in financial aid because they're a bunch of selfish, stingy, stubborn people who doesn't want to give money. So I don't know. I think I'm going to beg them. I'm going to email them. I'm going to bombard them with emails. I'm going to beg them for money because, hey, it's fine if you raise your fees if all your students are rich motherfuckers who are born rich. But I'm not, okay? I'm from middle class. I'm not lower class, but still, I'm middle class. Like, I can't afford this shit. So I'm gonna start begging them. wrote a comment on a Reddit post saying, I had an idea. When I was cooking lunch, I was like, oh, what if we protest? What if we turn this into like I don't know, a political movement? Just students go onto the streets, unionize. But it doesn't really work like that because in a work environment, if you unionize and not do the work, you're harming the people, your employers, right? But if we don't pay, I guess in a way we're harming the people who receive money, but we're not really ruining production because we're not producing anything. But still, we got to do something. We got to unionize. We got to protest. We got to riot. I wanted to comment that just to plant the idea. Like maybe years later, people are gonna look back. Oh, the USC protests of 2024. It all started with a Reddit comment from this guy. I wanted to delete the comment, honestly, but honestly, nobody's gonna take it seriously. But if push comes to shove, if it's above 100K, I'm fucking rioting. I don't know about you. It's the Hong Konger in me. I'm protesting, okay? We have freedom of speech and freedom of protesting here, so we might as well exercise that freedom. Because this tuition fee is outrageous. So yeah, I have zero faith in everything. Zero faith in the police. Zero faith in the financial aid department. Zero faith in everything, because that's the way of the LA. Faith is a bad thing in LA. Everything disappoints you, everything's out to get you. The good thing, though, is this morning hot water is back, so my theory is somebody, before I woke up, just came and fixed it. Just do something about it. Replace the water heater. Like, your water heater is fucking terrible. If it breaks down, it's broken down 3 times already. I mean, come on, just replace it. Just fucking replace it. You have the money, just do it. So, yeah, that's it. Not much else. Not much else. Really gotta do something about the financial aid, though. Really gotta. If I can get multiple scholarships at once, by the way, if I can get, okay, let's say I get 2 scholarships. Scholarships ain't worth shit. The maximum I can receive is probably 10K. And 10K out of 100K, that's like 10% of the fee, that's nothing, you know. If I get 2 scholarships, let's say I get 20K. Let's say I work for 4 semesters straight, including summer, and I also get about 24K. So 20K plus 24K, that's 44K. Let's say my YouTube goes well, and I earn maybe 10K more, which, you know what, that's ridiculous. 1K, 45K. 45K is already better than nothing, okay? 45K is better than nothing. I hate that I'm only 21 and I'm already thinking about eating cup noodles for the rest of my life and dropping out of school because the world just runs too hard on money. Everything's money. Money, money, money. Money to study. Money to make films. Money, I got scammed out of money. Everything's money. It's just ultra capitalist fucking disaster we live in, you know? Like, there's no such thing as public education anymore. There's no such thing as public safety anymore. You gotta get paid. You gotta pay somebody to be safe. Like, Jesus. LA is a sort of a capitalist consumerist hell. And here I am buying Blu-rays from companies, but I'm tired as fuck. I don't know what to write for my essay. I'm gonna try my best though. Yeah, gonna have some steak, some swirly pasta, salad kit for dinner. I also bought the lemon tea from Wii. The tea I was craving for like a whole month. I finally have it. So refreshing. So fucking refreshing. I'm loving it. Also, hot water, I'm not taking it for granted anymore, okay? Fuck faces. Alright, time now is 12:01 afternoon on March 6th. Yeah, I slept from 4:30 to 11, and it was unbearable. Even though I slept for 6.5 hours, it was basically unbearable. I was so sleepy, so I laid on my bed for 45 more minutes. Um, yeah, yesterday was very unproductive. I don't know why, but I spent so many hours just feeling very mentally fatigued, not having the motivation to do anything at all. I just want to rest. I just can't wait for spring break. And so I pushed everything until late last night. So I basically didn't finish much. I didn't finish the essay, but I already finished page 4. Painfully finished page 4. And it's really weird because I love talking about movies. So at some point after having dinner, I was like, okay, that's weird. I thought I love movies. So, but after thinking about that, I have more motivation to write my essay because it's about A Clockwork Orange, and I love that film. And then, yeah, I did do some art history revision. I feel like it's scary to, it is only until yesterday when when the midterms study guide is released, which is insane because tomorrow is the midterms for art history. But I do have to admit though, I I've been enjoying art history class in a way that even without a study guide and even without studying too much, I feel like I can get a pretty high score because, I've been paying attention in class and shit. I just need to look back at my notes and organize them, and maybe read a little more, but I'm okay with that. And yeah, it's a memory game, so it's not a game of skills and techniques. The midterms is literally a game of memory. You just need to remember everything, which makes everything easier because now it's not like a secondary school exams where they give you something that you've never seen before and you need to use your skills. This is a memory game. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yesterday I finished watching Expats episode 3, even though I was supposed to finish episodes 3 and 4 plus a movie. But honestly, with midterms coming up and essays and everything, I barely have time to watch any shit. So I don't know. I truly don't know. Um, so today it's fine that I wake up a little late. Um, because I won't be filming any reviews this morning anyways. Um, oh yeah, so I had a dream where I and a bunch of other people are filming something again. It's like Film 33 Part 2, and Carly's the director. And I tried to wake Carly up, and she's asleep. And for some reason, we felt really intimate with each other. Or at least, yeah, I guess we're comfortable with each other. And I found her asleep, and I woke her up, and she's like, "What? What?" And I remember that she's not wearing a lot of clothes. And I just thought, oh wow. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, I don't know. I think Potter has a girlfriend now. So in the last few days, Potter have been randomly posting tons of photos, and by tons I mean tons of photos on Instagram stories of him and a girl. And it's hilarious because literally the day after I hung out with him in Sawtell, you know, when I hung out with him in Salt, he was like, "Man, I wish I could date someone." Blah 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 blah. And then literally the next day, he started posting these photos. So I'm like, "Wait, but does he have a date already?" Immediately after I hung out with him, like, did the girl like ask him out immediately the day after? Anyways, congrats, whatever. I have no grounds to be mad at him because it's like we're almost like we're friends, right? But it's just like, okay, well, I don't know. But at the same time, last night I thought to myself, yeah, again, like, if I force myself to be into a girl, we're just gonna have the second pepper, you know. I will, even if it's successful, even if I confess, not confess, even if I ask a girl out and hang out and the girl likes me back, which is crazy, impossible, even if that happens, it would suck because I'm not dating because I like her, but I'm dating because of dating. I want to truly like a girl. So it's fine if I don't like anyone and I don't date anyone, it's fine. If I like someone and not date her, that's not fine. Like Leslie, for example. But I'm sure the time will come. One day, someone interesting will turn up in USC, and I'll be there. Hopefully, yeah. I don't know. Gotta work on myself more. I like to do a little thinking game. If I'm a girl, and I'm at school, and I'm in the same class with this guy, Enoch, will I have a crush on him? No. Why? Because he's shy? He's a little quiet? He doesn't look that well dressed? Like, he doesn't look like someone who takes care of himself a lot. Seems a little awkward. Maybe a little nerdy. And then afterwards, I think to myself, oh, then those are the things I need to fix. So I need to think in the third person. Like, if I was a girl, will I have a crush on me? If not, I'm gonna work harder. And I know everyone's tastes are different. This is everybody's argument. But there are things that are universal. Like, girls in general don't like men who can't take care of themselves. So I need to know how to, take care of myself. I need to have better skincare. Like, this acne, and I hope this goes away. I have better skincare now. So at least right now, by the way, right now I'm way better than how I did back in my previous college, by the way. I've built more muscles. I have a nicer hair. I shave. And I have better skincare. And I care about how I dress a little more. Just a little tad bit more. But I still feel like the thing I need to work on is my confidence, because I still have a habit of talking to people and I'm like, yeah, yeah. I need to be more confident. Alba filmed me for some BTS videos during day 2 of Objects in Mirror, and I was fidgeting with my jacket when I was talking to my actors, and I was smiling and nodding but I'm the fucking director, but I'm like an idiot. And I didn't even realize that. It's turned into a habit. So I really need to train myself to at least act confident, come off confident. Not necessarily is confident, but at least act like a big man who's calm in the environment. Because that implies that I have my shit together. And it's generally more likable, I think confidence is really important. Yeah, just, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, today it's CTCS 300. I'm going to try to finish the essay this morning. If I can't, fine. There's a grace period. The grace period doesn't exist for nothing, okay? But the reason why I want to finish the essay before the grace period begins is because I also want to take some time out tonight to do the religious class readings and the art history, midterms. And then, oh shit. I suspect that there will not be any discussion from art history on Friday. This means my spring break begins on Friday. Fuck yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I want to watch Dune 2.
Rest of the movie, yeah. Yeah, that scene, the other thing that strikes me about that scene that makes no sense, because the race.
Because they bring in all sorts of guests. Like we had a big clientele, and then
Post to that when I started writing it. But actually, the idea had.
So, fuck me in the clitoris. The bus is literally right in front of me. And it just went right by me. I love US buses. Now I need to wait about 40 more minutes. Alright, just a quick video here. Time now is 10:22 p.m. It's 22:22. Just finished cooking myself dinner, which is beef and onions with soy sauce and sugar and garlic. Rice, garlic, mushrooms, and cabbage with chicken powder. I'm gonna hold off onto that a little bit. Today was okay. Almost missed the bus. Because I went to the transit app and it says the next bus is 30 something minutes. And then turns out it's in 3 minutes. So I immediately finished my weird croissant tuna sandwich thing and rushed over. And it was raining. And I shouldn't have worn my black shoes because for some reason these black shoes, they have holes and it just gets really wet. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'll talk more later. Okie dokie. Time now is 12:20. So yeah, where was I? Right. So, went to school. I was like 7 minutes late. Who cares? I immediately found Ikuo and I sat in front of him, and then a little bit later Rachel sat beside him, and then we went through the lecture, and during the lecture I was writing the essay at the same time. You know, I think I finally knew what I was going for in the essay. Essays like this are really scary because they don't give you a prompt. You just come up with whatever you want, and that's very scary because, especially as someone from Hong Kong and East Asia, I guess, where all the essays, like, you have a very, very strict, you need to follow a very strict rule or structure. Open-ended prompts in essays are scary for me. So, I don't know what to do and how to approach this. So the best way to think about this is actually to think, what's the point of this essay? And I almost worked on this essay with the same approach as my art history essay, but these two essays are different. For the art history class, I'm writing it to prove that I've learned shit. For this one, it isn't to prove that I've learned shit, but to prove that we love movies, or at least we are willing to do research and talk about movies. And what exactly am I researching on? Well, it is in the very, very tiny hint. That is the prompt of the essay. Last paper, it was social history, indie Hollywood / social history. And, was it? I forgot. It was mainstream Hollywood / social history. The small prompt is political movements of the 1960s. That's all I got. So it expects me to do research on political movements. And I don't get that. I thought the whole point of the essay is to, I guess, write about movies and maybe somehow connect political movements to it, and how the politics are reflected through the movies, which is the right direction I'm going for. But I'm just like, it's messy because I focus on 2 films, that is Midnight Cowboy and Medium Cool, and also I didn't do enough research, so a lot of the things I write come off as vague. I also didn't use peer-reviewed sources, so a lot of the sources I wrote with is like LA Times and like New York Times or some shit like that. And it's very ugly because apparently you need peer-reviewed sources, and what they are like real, like, journals, like scholarly academic pieces. And for that, you can only find them on USC Library website. So for this paper, it's about artistic history, so it's about art, it's about the form and the content. So it's about story and the cinematography and the music. So that's literally the three angles I worked with on this paper, and I ended up writing a lot. So I finished writing the paper literally in the middle of the class. We watched Lethal Weapon. Equal and Rachel left already before Lethal Weapon started playing. I watched the whole movie. It was fun. And then after the movie ended, I took out my laptop, bloop, bloop. I added a works cited page, and then I submitted it. And voila, boom. The last assignment before the spring break, donezo. So that's great. Yeah, during break I spoke with Equal and Rachel a little bit. Yeah. I talked to Equal about registering for classes and how my registration date is 1 week late. And Equal was like, oh, so you're asking me to hold classes for you. And I'm like, I blanked out for a moment because I've never heard that term before. But if I were to make an educated guess, it would be that he signed up for the class for me, and then when I can register, he drops out and I immediately get in. Which is hilarious. But, and then so my response to him was, I don't know, I actually wasn't thinking that, but if you can, sure. And Equal was like, oh, so you're asking me to hold classes for you. Okay, just let me know, I'll tell you. So that's great. So that's one way of, I guess, entering a class that is already full. Honestly, the classes that I plan to take in fall semester, like CTCS 191, which is the TV class, which is going to be shit, but who cares? Intro to Religion, both classes are either huge or like it's not popular. The only class I'm really scared of filling up is Intro to Art Direction. So I'm gonna hopefully get in, but yeah, we'll see. So that's one thing. So anyways, that ended, and I was originally thinking, oh shit, so do I have a discussion for CTCS 300 for film studies? I didn't receive an email from the TA of CTCS 300, and I also don't see Ryan here, so I can't like stick with him and talk to him like, oh, do you know if there's a discussion? Like I can't. So I went to the CTCS 300 discussion syllabus and finds out that today there is no discussion. It's done. So tomorrow I'll take religion class, and then I'll take the art history midterms, and then after that I'm done. On Friday, my spring break begins. Yippee-ki-yay. So tomorrow is literally the last day before spring break, which is only a week, but still, it's like, it's 10 days basically. So it's quite a bit. Yeah, it's quite a little bit. So yeah, I thought that's great because now I can directly go to SCA and check out my fellow friends who's doing the second screening of Anywhere the Wind Blows. And I went there thinking a lot of people would show up. Like, you know, Pepper may show up. I also told Equal about this, but Equal didn't come because he has a class or something. But I went, and first person I saw was Jing Chen, who is the Malaysian guy who was BTS photographer. But he also worked as, DP. He worked as a, I don't know, gaffer or some shit like that, and in some other shorts. Like he's doing well. Like he's not just photos. He's a serious film guy, So he's there, and I'm like, hi, how are you doing? That's cool. And then I saw Jamie. I wanted to say hi to her, but she didn't notice me. Xiao Bang, the sound mixer and the post-sound supervisor, is here, and she sort of didn't notice us at first, but I approached her a little bit later. So it's really nice. And then, lo and behold, there is Allegro, there's Dalton, and then there's John L. And they're all like, oh, hey, long time no see. And it's really interesting, because, like, it almost seems as though Anywhere the Wind Blows is a huge deal. Because it kind of is, but the fact that I'm involved with this short film without a lot of prior experience somehow made me feel like, man, I really hit lucky strike. So the Vietnamese American professor was also there, and she set up like 3 tables and some trays of spring rolls and banh mi. And she's like, hey, nice to see you here. And I'm like, yeah. And I told her, like, oh, it is like the second time I'm seeing this Anywhere the Wind Blows. Like, last year, back in September, I also went here to watch it at the premiere. And he's like, oh yeah, it's in Norris Theater. And I'm like, yeah, I was there. And then she's like, oh, do you know the director or something? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm actually the scriptee for the short film. And she's like, oh, that's really cool. Like, the fact that I was scriptee for this one short film, even though I probably did a very shit job, and I probably, again, I was a total noob. I didn't have any set experience. Like, not really. Somehow, it got me into a foot in the door in USC, but also I just impressed the Vietnamese American professor, my CTCS 300 professor. And by doing that, number one, the assignments and the midterms I'm going to be doing, to be fair, those are like marked by the TA, but like, she's going to like me more during class, and in the Camps Fest, she's going to like, it's even more likely that she allows my short film to be in the Camps Fest. Second of all, I think more importantly, I almost forgot, she is the director of CAMS for undergrads. So literally, my major, I'm an undergrad, she's the director. So, and I'll be staying here for 2.5 years. So in a way, she's like the Cuchillo of my major. And she's nice, and I've already pleased her in half a semester. And that's very impressive. But yeah, and then we entered the small theater. And then I and Xiaobang, we sat at the very front row. And we just watched the 2 short films back to back. The first short film is a short film for CTPR 290, which is a film production class for film studies students, for CAM students. And it's an okay experimental political short film about a black guy just walking around and panicking. And it's set against some slam poetry about police brutality. So, okay, very political, And then John L. short film. Again, John L. short film's like leagues better. Very high production value, and people are impressed. So it's interesting. And second time watching it, I'm also thinking in terms of how, if I was never involved with this project and then I suddenly watch it in the theaters, what would my reaction be? I would think, wow, it's so professional, it's so clean. But is it though? Because if I'm watching it as a crew member, I remember how the camera looks. I remember how it looks in the monitor, because I'm watching the monitor all the time. And it's like, yeah, it's just, a camera shoots this way and it looks like that. But I don't know, it's just, wow, okay. And then there's the talk. I was originally planning to leave early, or maybe check out Glenn, who was just in SCB, the adjacent building. But I sat there and I went all the way, because if I left suddenly, it would have been very obvious. But also, like, it ended around 7:20, and I can stay a little longer. So Glenn showed up with Amos, the Taiwanese guy, and all of us sort of like. Also, Amos has never seen like that side of people before, so he's never seen Allegro or Dalton, but I've seen them both. So again, it's kind of low-key impressive that halfway through the semester, I already like know several groups of people. And yeah, we all talked a little bit. It's really nice, and yeah, Xiaobang complimented my face, like, oh, did you do any skincare? Like, your skin looks nicer now. And I'm like, thank you. And she's like, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just, I went back to Hong Kong for 3 months and then it just stopped. I think it's just like more sleep, eat better food. But even now in LA, when I'm sleeping so little and I'm eating junk again, I still look fine. Aside from this, just ignore this. So that's really weird. Don't know why. Maybe it's just like an episode, like a year-long episode. You know, back in 2022 in the first half of 2023. You know, it was just a year-long episode. Anyways. And John L also spoke to me. John L seems very friendly. You know, he tapped my shoulder and everything, and he's like, "Oh, how are you doing? What classes are you taking? Like, where do you live now?" You know, and you do have to realize that it's the first time I've seen these people. You know, Xiaobang, Jingchen, Allegro, Dalton, John L. This is the first time I've seen them since September last year, and the first time seeing them as a USC student. So now I'm truly a part of them now. You know, wouldn't it be awkward if I like crew on their set and befriend them and then turns out I'm not a USC student? Turns out I go to Long Beach or something? Like, wouldn't that be sad? But now I'm truly a part of them now, so that's very nice. And yeah, and Xiaobang has never met the Vietnamese American professor before, which is interesting. I guess it's not that interesting because she's a film production student, master's with a track on sound. But after the film was over and the Vietnamese American professor was talking to us, she was like, "Oh, Enoch, I saw your name in the credits. You were the casting. You were part of casting." And I'm like, "Yeah, I read lines in the Zoom meeting." Like that's all I did. And then John L was like, "Oh, you know, he's a script supervisor too." And then a little bit later, John L even told the Vietnamese American professor, "Oh, by the way, Enoch, he also makes films." So John L is like recommending me. John L is hyping me up, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I just submitted my film to Cams Fest," and the professor was like, "Oh yeah," which is like, whoa, you know, I'm suddenly like an elite, you know. So I'm really going places, and yeah, this makes me realize how much of the crew members of Anywhere the Wind Blows, how much they're important, how important they are. Because with North, who, judging by what I know about her right now, she's very proactive in class and also in clubs. You know, and the fact that she just met Leslie, which, you know, complicated things. And then there's Equal, who's also in the same class as me. Like, that's, wow, okay, you know, I'm in it now. You know, I'm in it. So that's a really nice feeling. So, those people, Allegro, Dalton, John L., etc., they want to have dinner somewhere. I gotta go home because I gotta study my midterms. But they want to call a lift, but they realize, oh yeah, shared lift. So they asked me to call them a lift. And while doing that, my transit app is telling me to go now because my bus is leaving, and the next bus is in like an hour or something. So I'm like, okay, I need to go. So I left, and it's raining really hard, and my shoes are all wet. My socks are soaking wet. From 2 p.m. all the way till 8 something p.m. Socks are wet. And it's torturous. I took off my shoes during class because nobody cares anyways. But it's not dried up. It's still bad, you know. So I ran in the rain. My socks and shoes are all wet. It's miserable. I ran after the bus. And once again, bus number 38. It's crazy. I was thinking bus number 38, and immediately I look here and I see the number 38. It's magic. Yeah, bus number 38 just zooms right past me. I even like waved my hand and everything. And I was even pretty confident that it would stop, but it didn't. So, yeah, I'm fucked. And again, it's not the first time this happened. I want to scream, but I just don't have the energy to. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait for the lift to take Allegro and Dalton to that restaurant, and then after they get off, I'll call another Lyft. I don't know if Lyft will work, because sometimes if I'm too close to the campus and I call Lyft, they never come. It turns out they did come, and relatively fast too. So finally, I called a Lyft. Yay. Went back home. Yay. That's it. There's free food, spring rolls and banh mi. I ate some, so I made myself a small dinner. Rice, beef slices, onions, you know the drill. And once again, I'm in a bit of a mental fatigue state where I don't really want to study, but I have the midterms tomorrow. That's true. So I should definitely study right fucking now. But before I shut off, I should mention a couple more things. One is, Justin's short film, A Bird, the promotion video is finally released on this website called Seed and Spark. And they made a whole Instagram post about it, and tons of people, all the way from Victor and Destin to Takumi to Elin to Lauren to Cliff and Ariel's sister Cassidy, of course, but also people like Jonathan and Tyler. Everyone and their fucking moms are reposting that post. I did that too because I'm a nice guy, but part of me thinks, damn, your short film is getting so much promotion and mine not much. So I'm a little jealous, but you also have to realize that Takumi and Elin, and I think Cliff as well, have also made Instagram stories promoting my short film. Not as much as Justin's, but still. And that's already like 1,000,000 times more amazing in terms of promotion than anything I've done before. Like Emily, the girl who is in Love and Death, never even reposted my short film because she's probably a little bit embarrassed by it. Like, what's this weird random short film? Like, what's this weird artsy random short film? It's like Black History. But yeah, so at least there's that. But damn, So speaking of which, I have some thoughts on spring break. So I have 10 days. First day, I'm going to spend the whole day home. I'm going to do laundry, rest, chill, write, read, draw, nothing. Maybe go to K-Town, go to H-Mart, buy some more food. Yay. Maybe I'll go to Taco Bell and eat a meal there. So why not? Either way, it's chill. Or maybe I can do that on the next day, which is Saturday. Sunday is Oscars night, so hopefully there's some kind of Oscars watch party. If not, I'm gonna be sad. If not, maybe I can ask Michelle if she's watching it, and maybe I can hang out with Michelle. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. One of these days, Cliff is free. So one of these days, I'm gonna take my hard drive, take my laptop, go all the way to CMD. And color the short film. I'll be sure to wear a hat and everything, wear a big fucking coat, to avoid attention, and to, avoid Leslie first and foremost. So at one day I'm gonna go there to color it with Cliff. And then one of the days I'm going to have a movie night with Jonathan, because he has a Blu-ray player and everything. One of these days, hopefully, I get to watch Dune 2 with Cliff Gang. One of these days, most importantly, the main dish, I'm going to go to a day trip to Santa Barbara. I just checked the bus times to San Francisco. Holy ballsacks. It's like 8, 9, 10 hours to San Francisco. That's fucking insane. I'm not taking a 10-hour long bus to and from. That's 20 hours. So that's ridiculous. No. Santa Barbara is good. So I'll take a bus to Santa Barbara. It's just 2 to 3 hours, $30 to $40. So if I don't miss the bus, it'll be about $80 or $90 after taxes, back and forth. And a couple meals. Let's say it's good ass meals. So each meal $30. So 60 plus 90. That's $150. Let's say I also buy a couple things like souvenirs or whatever. Let's up it to $200. $200 for a trip? Not bad. I paid $270 for Bakemonogatari Blu-ray. So yeah, I'm gonna bring my camera and everything, and I'm gonna pack up. I'm gonna go for a little adventure at Santa Barbara, and I'll probably never go there ever again in my life. So if there's a good time to go, it's this spring break. So that's 1 day trip. One day I'll go to Target to buy a new nonstick pan, a hair dryer, a toilet paper roll stand, and maybe a new cabinet because I gotta make I'm running out of storage for my Blu-rays and mangas, and I need a hair dryer to make my hair look better. And then again, if there are any parties or if there are any friends gatherings, I would love to join. And the rest of spring break will just be me resting and eating good food. I know I've already spent a lot of money, but let's just chill a little bit. I'll order some food on Grubhub or DoorDash and just enjoy some meals here. Maybe hang out with Michelle on one of the weekends. And then, of course, March 17th, there's the end of Evangelion, which I'm also really excited for. And then, boom, 10 days will go by pretty fast. But hopefully it's a nice, fruitful, happy 10 days. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it at that. Yeah, I want to meet more people. I want to meet more people, interesting people, you know what I mean. Yeah. Man, it's just crazy to me how otherworldly it felt back in March and April last year when I was in love with Leslie. Every day felt unreal, as in I'm so emotionally charged every day that I just keep thinking about her and I want her so bad, and it's just, man, it's crazy. It's crazy how life felt when I was in love and how different it is when I'm not in love. It's a really huge difference. Yeah, I don't know, but that's something to think about, And will it be different again if I fall in love again? When I fell in love with Mary, it's the same, except being in love with Mary is like edging, because I was in love with her since Form 4, so every single day of school is like pain and torture every single day, and it's so slow and it's so painful. With Leslie, everything happened really fast because I'm literally like, I speak to her. She's real, But who knows, man? Maybe USC will play out even differently. Maybe USC will be even faster because I'm even more social this time around. In my last community college, it took me maybe 1.5 semesters to really get social. This time around, it took me around half a semester. And I say around because I feel like even though right now I know a lot of people and I have friends already, that's only because of Anywhere the Wind Blows, let's be honest here, and Rachel. But aside from that, I still haven't really fully found the group, And I don't expect spring break will be the break where I will find the group. Because every time I give myself expectations, I'll disappoint myself. If I think, if I hang out with Leslie more and talk to her more, she'll like me back. That'll never happen. If I expect myself to run into someone interesting and earn a lot of money and get into the film industry, when I went back to Hong Kong for 3 months, that didn't happen. So, let's not have any expectations. My goal for spring break is to relax, eat good food, and go to Santa Barbara. That's it.